Wall Street is seeing green today. The major U.S. stock averages and the U.S. currency are trading higher, and this does come on the heels of Yellen's testimony before Congress. But today we're here to talk about a different kind of green. I'm joined by iAnthus Capital's Hadley Ford, and he joins me in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Hadley, great to have you here today.
Oh, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, since we last spoke, which was on April 20th, you did announce an acquisition of Valley Agriceuticals. So can you tell me about the transaction and the timeline?
Absolutely. New York State is a wonderful state to be in, a population of 20 million, a program that's been revamped recently, which added chronic pain and hopefully PTSD. We think the dynamics look very strong, and Valley Agriceuticals is one of only 10 license holders in the market.
And Hadley, that is significant being in New York State. But the company itself is also based in Canada, and ahead of the legalization of cannabis next year, I'm sure that you guys are planning way ahead for that. You know, if Nevada is any indication, we saw a state of emergency declared by the governor of Nevada. So what do you expect to see in Canada?
Well, we are publicly listed in Canada. We actually don't have operations in Canada. We have all of our operations in the United States. But I do think as the Canadian market moves towards full recreational, it'll give the politicians down here the courage to move forward and see that our very conservative brethren to the north, that they still continue to get up every day, and the country hasn't sort of gone to hell in a handbasket with the full legalization. Give them a little comfort and courage down here to do the same thing in the United States.
And Hadley, I think it's important for the viewing audience to get a better indication of what you actually do. So when it comes to the Valley Agriceuticals deal, can you tell me about the breadth of this deal and about the dispensaries as well as what really goes on?
Well, we're a very large operating company in cannabis. We have operations in Vermont, Massachusetts, New Mexico, Colorado, now New York. New York, I think, will be just an absolutely fantastic market. They don't have any operations currently, although they do have 100-plus acres that are zoned for cannabis in Wallkill, and that was part of the transaction. We hope to use this as a great platform to provide medicine for the patients of New York.
And Hadley, before I let you go, there are retail investors in the viewing audience who might want exposure to the cannabis space. So given everything that's happening recreationally as well as medicinally, how do you limit risk as well as getting exposure right now? Is it ETFs or pharmaceutical companies?
Well, I think from a retail perspective, there aren't a lot of opportunities in the public markets for the investor to have exposure to the growth of the U.S. market. We think that iAnthus is one of the few companies that allows that because we are partnered with and operating across multiple states with multiple operators and effectively act as a mutual fund for cannabis exposure in the United States.
Okay, Hadley, well, great to have you here again, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.